How's it going, Sha?
Okay. All right. We got a lot to cover. I have two main things that we need to talk about before we even get to the news stuff.
Okay, what's going on?
First of all, I saw the band Rage Against the Machine this week.
Okay.
Okay, your face was hilarious right then. That is not what you were expecting to hear, was it?
Ever. No. Because you gotta understand how you set this up for me, Sha. Like, I'll listen before we get started.
Right.
Rage Against the Machine. That was a lot, right? No, Sha. That is not what I expected at all.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. Honestly, a little surprised to be saying it. So, they're in New York City right now. They're playing like 5 nights in New York at Madison Square Garden. This is I guess a reunion show of sorts. Maybe they put out something a few years ago, maybe something new, but it's like the first time that they've really and they were planning on touring in 2020. And it's the first time they've been on stage in a very long time, but COVID and shit. So they are now on tour and have been on tour for a while. And when they were first, for those who don't know, Rage Against the Machine was a band from the alternative 90s where they seem to capture a lot of anger that a lot of people felt. The lead vocalist is a young man named Zach De La Roca.
Okay.
And I say vocalist because he doesn't sing. He just kind of raps. Not kind of raps. He raps. He raps and chants and all this other stuff. And then they have the other well-known member of their group is the guitarist named Tom Morello, right? And at some point, like they're in 90s, so like 93, 94, 95, 96, it was just that anger, that angry music that seemed to be popping off around then. But with a very socially conscious bend, like, it's super angry and people are thrashing about to it, but they're the dudes rapping about being a brown man in America, at a time when no one's really trying to hear that. Which is to say almost all the time. So and I believe Tom Morello is biracial as well. I feel like he's black, half white, maybe. I'm not sure, but I think he's biracial. I'm pretty sure of it. Anywho, big with the white dudes. I say the band. So, in my early 20s, it just seemed to be that band just seemed to be attached to a lot of just angry white guys. And in the 90s, I knew what he was rapping about. Like I read the lyrics. I knew, where his brain was with it. And I didn't disagree with him, but a fun thing I loved to say in the 90s was that Zach fella, why is he so angry? Because I felt like no one paid attention. Anywho, this is all set up to say they're back together. They started touring. I started seeing little clips on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, just YouTube, of like them rallying up, like performing, and audiences being hype as fuck. And I'm like, yeah, Rage Against the Machine. Never really my thing. Not necessarily my thing. Like, I had no problem with them. Had a couple of bangers for sure. But an energy where I was like, this is fine for like a song or two, but got hyped watching it because now I'm a 50-year-old woman and I'm like, yeah, remember when people used to mosh to music that made sense to mosh to? Also, people lately have been realizing what they've been rapping about and what their whole thing has been about.
Okay.
And so there are a lot of like cops who are like, wait a minute. anti-cop, and it's like, duh, where have
bit.
you been? But they've been using it in gyms to like fucking work out. You know what I mean? They've been lifting weights. So
Some
anyway,
angry CrossFitter just discovered.
yeah, just discovered. So it's been kind of funny on that end. So and then their opening act this time is Run the Jewels. Love Run the Jewels. Love Run the Jewels. In fact, their most recent album that they put out, I think in 2020, I had to put down for a while because it was so ahead of its time, like lyrically. And just at the moment that it hit and everything, I was like, this makes me want to go out and burn shit. So I need to put this away right now because there's a virus in the air and I want to go out with a torch. So this isn't what I need right now. I need to figure out how to stay inside, and this ain't helping. So
yeah, their video with what's his name? They put out a video recently with DJ Premier and
with Greg Nice?
Yes. When that video came out, I instantly thought of you. I saw that and I was like, oh, they agree. Money means nothing. It's all fake.
So they opened. So I was just like, I'm gonna get a couple of tickets. I'm gonna sell off a kidney and I'm gonna get a couple of tickets. I'm going to go see Rage Against the Machine. So I told my roommate, I said, we're going to see Rage Against the Machine. And he said, great. Because, he's a white dude who's occasionally angry. They never turn that down. I went out there and it's been a minute since I've been in a room full of riled up white guys. And I say that not like I did not feel scared.
Right.
I didn't feel scared. It's just a switch in energy.
Yeah.
And not even like there are all kinds of people there, but it was mostly white guys, but just that that testosterone-y feeling of everyone getting worked up and the slowest mosh pit. We were pretty high up on the side. So I got a good view of the mosh pit that was kind of in the middle. It's situated, broke out in the middle of the general admission section, not up at the front, but in the middle. And it was the slowest, calmest, because knees ain't doing what they used to do, right? We aren't out here doing that. And then, not to be like a in my day kind of person, but today's kids aren't necessarily moshing like that. You can't do a TikTok dance in the middle of the mosh pit. So no one's like, people are still kind of bumping into each other and dancing around in a circle and kind of high stepping and stuff. But there's no there was a lot of space. It was a big circle. It damn near was on a mat. Like, it was very protective. But Zach De La Roca, who's a very he's a very electrifying presence on stage, like he prowls the stage and really gets everyone up. Well, at some point, I think at a show they did in Cleveland, he hurt his leg like a month ago. So he's doing these shows seated. So now if you think about the kind of like testosterone feeling that this has, just the loud, just guitar and rock. And then my man is yelling about injustice of the world. And he is sitting on like a travel trunk.
This is beautiful.
With a hoodie over his head. And it was just, I was like, yeah, well, that's what it looks like when you're 52 and out here trying to. I was like, yeah, baby, I'm sitting through half the show too. I feel you. I feel you.
Sometimes you got to rage from behind a desk, okay?
Yeah, sometimes. I was this is what it looks like now. It's not that
your rage.
The feeling's still there. Mm-hmm. It's just a
well-worded email. That's it,
Yeah. Yeah. That's what.
It's to who it may concern, okay?
Right. That's
how my rage comes out now.
It's still it was still good. It was a great show, but it was just like, what's the most testosterone-y? Like, first off, in your youth, did you go to a lot of concerts?
After I started going to shows out in college. I
Okay.
didn't go in high school.
What's like the most, because I mean, I imagine it was, you saw a lot of rap shows maybe,
Yeah,
or did you see all kinds
exclusively.
of
Yeah,
oh, exclusively,
yeah.
okay.
I did not see
So,
Rage Against the Machine ever.
I mean, you could squeeze that in. It could have
Nah,
fit maybe.
nah.
No.
I brought way too many women to like backpack hip hop shows.
Look, that's a whole other we could do a whole episode.
Yeah.
Shout out to my women who are standing in the back of the room watching their dude geek out over anti-pop consortium or some shit like that. not being able to find the one and just like, what is happening here? I'm just gonna be back here and I'll drink a Sprite while they're watching the DJ, like watching the executioners just all up on them. Come on, man. I know you. I know you.
Yeah.
I see you and I feel you, ma'am.
Explaining that to Gabby was wild. She's like, so he just scratches for like an hour?
Yeah, but there's 4 of them.
Yeah. They're doing it in sync. You'll see what he did. He had his back turned.
Look, I can't even log how many hours I've spent. Actually, I mean, like watching, like up there close, because I went by myself like a dummy. And I just like being excited to see DJ Shadow. And then I was like, I mean, this is a really great show. It's not like he's got dancers or anything. I mean, what's the entertaining part? I'm not sure. But it still changed my life. The show still changed my life.
Amen. But yeah, I went to a lot of hip hop shows from like, and mind you, I worked with a record label too. So like from 18 to like 25, I probably went to like 50, 60 shows a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
it was almost all hip hop.
What were notable ones for you?
The best performance I ever saw was Keith Murray. He was phenomenal on stage.
Okay. Why?
Yeah.
How? What?
It's the like most backpack version of Meth and Red. Like he is incredible energy, and he fits right in with that whole squad. Yeah, I thought he was incredible. I got to see Rozelle at Scribble Jam. I thought he was another one.
Okay.
Like, seeing the whole like Aaliyah thing that he does, where it's just bonkers. Have you seen the Aaliyah thing that Rozelle does? Where like
I don't know if I've seen that.
It is nuts. Like he beatboxes "If Your Girl Only Knew" while singing the words.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So like it's a famous piece he does now in most shows, but like I saw it like the 3rd time he did it. So it's pretty like
so
nuts.
It was new and like everyone's minds were still being blown.
Yeah, like it was revolutionary because he's like talking while doing drums. So it's pretty like cool. And then there's some of them is like I was on stage with like some of these rappers because there are people that I came up with that no one on the show will know, admittedly. So but there's stuff like that like I was there for some people's like monumental moments of their career. But yeah, no, I would say Keith Murray, Rozelle were 2 of my favorites. Brand Nubian was phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah, and I saw them like after their peak.
Yeah.
So like I didn't grow up Brand Nubian. I grew up like my cousin did. But they were incredible. I like it was like I fell in love with hip hop type moment because I was there as like an 18-year-old watching 30-year-olds connect to their youth while they like performed, and it was just a beautiful moment of seeing all these people like become 18 again in front of me. And then like also like the foreshadowing of my comedy career. Cause like I saw these people that like I didn't fully connect it. Like it was disorienting, the image, right? Cause like I saw these people go on stage, they headlined the show, they demolish. They have 500 people loving these dudes. And
Pooh Bah was with them too?
What was that?
Was Grand Pooh Bah with them as well?
Yeah, Grand Pooh Bah was there.
Okay.
Random completely unrelated drop-in set from Black Rob.
Sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. So like they like crush, you know, and like we had, you know, the people I was there, we had a great set too. But like watching them like dominate the show was beautiful. And I was like, man, this is what hip hop's about, you know. And then they came out. I was set up out front like 10 minutes before the show ended because I was gonna sell shirts.
Right.
You know, so they come out, they dap me up, and they left. And Black Rob had just come out to try to buy shirts off of me.
Right.
And then he left in 2 Cadillacs because he was bad boy peak at this point.
Okay.
Right? Like, Whoa had like dropped all of this, right?
Yes.
I watched Grand Poobah crush, dap me up 5 minutes later, and then asked me where the train station was. And go take the train. Like, just all the Grand Poobah. All the brand Nubian, all of them is in the whole thing, and it was just like weirdly like impressive and disheartening at once. Like, I was like, yo, that's dope that they like, yeah, we just going home regular,
right?
That don't mess with our ego, but also like you shouldn't have to, like there's more money got Cadillacs over here, like you know. So it was really like throwing me off, and now I realize that's just how arts work.
Yeah. That's wild. Brand Nubian. I don't think I've gotten to see them. Yeah. I'm thinking of the rap shows that I have seen. My sister early this year saw The Far Side. And we saw The Far Side at their peak.
Okay.
You know, back in the day. And it was the show that taught me how rap shows are going to go.
Okay.
Which is to say they're going to run late. They're going to run late. The opening acts are going to be regional, and not just regional like known throughout the South, but like the promoter's cousin in them.
Yeah.
Regional. Like who lives a few blocks away regional. I mean, and it just was like, and I was still like, I had gone to a few shows, so I had an idea, but I was just like, oh, this is a whole different mindset. Like we were just there, felt like for so long, waiting between like the second opening act and third opening act, you know, and I'm just like, yo, all you got to do is switch out DJ gear or something. Like, it's still the same turntables, minor adjustments, like, what's happening? Why is this taking? But, you know, a DJ has to be in between. And at some point, I'm just like, this is taking a minute. I wonder when they're, going to go on. And I look, and they're like a dance circle has kind of broken out to my right. And I look to my right at a dude that's on my right. And he looks at me. I'm face to face with Fat Lip from the far. These motherfuckers in the dance circle. They in the dance circle. I'm like, I am pretty sure, sir, that I just paid like $12 or whatever to see y'all perform. And it's late and y'all out here dancing?
Having the time of his life.
Yeah. I was like, I don't even know. This is wild.
Yeah, I am never surprised at this point by all the extracurriculars at hip hop shows, how late they run, what people are doing right before they go on stage.
Right.
It is.
I mean, yeah, I'm just like, okay. I mean, it helped me. That show, it's always pivotal because it helped me figure out, like, all right, I got to find out how all of these different venues work and when I need to get when I need to get to different places at what time, blah, blah, blah. And that is, I nailed that in Atlanta. I had that shit down to a science. My sister would call me and go, we're going to go see so-and-so at this place. And I'm like, first act's going to start at this time. It'll probably be blah, 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 yada, yada, da, da, da. And she was like, how do you know this? I'm like, because I'm in the streets entirely too much seeing these stupid shows. And I've wasted enough time on my feet so you don't have to. Right?
Yeah, that would be the weirdest chapter in the Green Book.
But necessary, depending on the kind of show you're going to. Absolutely necessary.
I love that. How to minimize standing time at hip hop shows.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, absolutely. They don't have no seats. They don't have any seats.
Let's get into the news, Shaq.
Yeah, let's do it.
Kicking it off here. Georgia residents can now claim a fetus as a dependent on their tax returns for a $3,000 exemption. Let's do it. Well, let's see here. The state's revenue department issued a new guidance earlier this week that says fetuses count as dependents after the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade in June, and a federal appeals court let a Georgia ban on abortions after 6 weeks taking effect on July 20th. The department will recognize any unborn child with a detectable human heartbeat as defined in OCGA as eligible for a Georgia individual income tax dependent exemption, said Georgia's Department of Revenue on Monday. The tax exemption comes from a Georgia law that passed in 2019 intended to restrict abortions in the state beyond 6 weeks, although many do not know they are pregnant by that time. In July 20th, a federal judge struck the law down, calling it unconstitutional and in violation of the 73 Roe decision. Once the Supreme Court reversed Roe in June, many expected the courts to revisit Georgia's law. That happened in July when the federal appeals court in Atlanta reversed the previous lower court ruling, enacting the so-called heartbeat abortion ban in the state. Court ruled in favor of changing the definition of a natural person in Georgia to any human being, including an unborn child. It further clarifies that unborn child means a member of the species of Homo sapien at any stage of development who is carried in the womb.
Oh my God.
Yo, is your people shot?
Nah, man. Dual citizenship. If you look on my birth certificate, it says Brookdale Hospital. That shit's in Brooklyn. I'm not claiming the middle Georgia part of me right now.
I do not blame you. This is wild.
This is so stupid. I don't know. It is, right? This is stupid. Like, y'all gonna... That's two. Y'all 2 for 2 right now, Georgia. And like taking things to the fullest degree of just like letting guns go so many places that now private things can't even fight it. So a whole concert now, a whole festival has been canceled, right? That was one.
That was one.
Over some bullshit. Mm-hmm. Now, y'all willing to do these deductions? Is that what's happening?
Yep. You can claim. So
you can get an exemption.
Yeah, you get 3 rags back. It's the same as I do with my kids that are here.
Yes, with your actual children, which means you can. All right.
Like you could get pregnant every year. And they like not make
3,000
and rack in the 3. You get pregnant with twins, get 6.
I don't like how you're doing this math. So a state that needs their tax money to fix a lot of shit is instead, so now you don't collect these taxes. And look, I don't like paying just like everybody else, but it's necessary in order to keep things running smoothly. So y'all would rather sacrifice that over a stance on when a fetus is a person, when a person shows up.
Yep.
Man, Georgia, why are y'all trying to make this stance? What is this about?
Yo,
what is this about? Do y'all not want Marvel movies anymore? Is that what this is? Because they're there for tax breaks, but they're also there. I mean, they can move that shit to Birmingham quick, fast, in a hurry. Roy Wood Jr. would make 3 phone calls. We lose all of Marvel. Y'all fucking around like this.
Keep testing them, okay?
Keep testing them.
Okay?
This is, this is insane.
And like, I like, not to like get weird, but like, it's already there, I guess, right? But like, you lose babies that early.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, you absolutely do. Not even in like a,
like,
whatever way that these people seem to think that someone is going to try and cash in. But
right.
I mean, you can naturally just have
lose
a
babies.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many like things that like that brings up now. So like, right, like, do you claim the baby like if you then lose it?
Right. Like, what do you have to attach a
do I get a sonogram to my tax return?
Just clip it on with the W-2s?
Is that
just
receipt?
Staple it to the side like you're supposed to with the W-2s? I don't even know if people remember that there was a very specific way you had to staple the W-2s when you were filing with paper. You had to staple them bitches to the side. And if you didn't staple in the right spot, the whole thing was null and void. Yo, this whole thing is ridiculous. What are we
doing? You stapled this on the right? Forget this whole shit, B.
Yeah, you gotta do it over.
Yo, man, taxes is wild too.
The whole thing. There are a few comedians that have jokes about how it's wild that we have to figure out what we have to pay to the government, and if we get it wrong, they get to punish us. Joe Zimmerman, of note, that a dude that I know has a great chunk about how they're just like, no, you tell us. What happens if I don't? Well, you'll go to jail. Jail?
Yo, real talk. This year, I filed my taxes.
Mm-hmm. Good for you. You better than me. You already got me beat.
But yo, I filed my taxes, and I had a business open that we made. I admit my ignorance. I didn't know this. This was the first time I had a business open that made a profit, but that I didn't take money from.
Okay.
So I didn't know I had to file my own taxes. I know that we did the business taxes, but I didn't know that I had to file like that I made money, and I'm like, I never took anything out. It's still in there.
Right.
But I had to still claim that as my shit.
Uh-huh.
So I filed everything day of, so I couldn't make that change. Right. So I had to file revision. Right. So I did that. I sent it to the state and to the federal. Federal took the money right away. They good. The state took like 8 weeks. And I just got this shit yesterday. Right. So yesterday I get a letter from the state saying, hey, this is what you said first. This is what you said second. We agree. You don't owe us no more money. And I'm like, yo, like, we just like, I could have just told you, nah. Like, no, I don't know, like,
it just feels.
What if I don't bring it up? Like,
yes.
I was so confused. I was like, yeah, I said, like, did I snitch on me? Like, what just happened right now?
Yeah. It's so, taxes are already confusing. Also, look, they do say, as the proverb goes, welcome to Atlanta where the players play. So somebody's going to try and take advantage of this. Many people are going to try and take advantage of this.
Oh, so look, you know how like when parents aren't together, they take turns claiming a kid, or they can.
Oh, I didn't know that, but okay.
Yeah, like you'll have like the dude be like, yo, can I claim him this year? Like, or vice versa.
Okay.
Can the dad, if he's not with the young lady, claim the unborn kid? Because then you could like rack up. Like, yo, I had a real tough tax year. I'm gonna get like 8 women pregnant.
I mean,
get all of these tax deductions.
But then if they claim, is the woman able to claim if they're not together?
It's either joint once or one of the two of you claim.
Okay, so now you got to have a continuing conversation.
Only for 1 year though. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, can you do me a favor and say that, let me knock you up? We, I only need 9 weeks of this.
Okay, see, now this is starting to sound like you are coming up with a scheme or caper.
100%. I'm just saying, that's what they did, though. They opened up this Pandora's box.
They did, because in this article, they do say that they're going to have to go back and look at issues of paternity, and things like that, like how that can be handled. But
because if you pregnant with our kid and we're together, I get half of that benefit. So if we're not together, can I claim the kid this year? You claim him next year when he's here, and
when he's here,
we'll go back and forth. You know what I mean? We'll rotate. Responsible shared parents.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. But I will say this: if they are not together,
right?
I just feel like, from a Miss Manners point of view, that whoever is with the kid the most should claim the
fair
kid. So the first year,
right?
I feel like if it's still a fetus in me, I'm claiming it. You know what I mean?
100%
I got
on board.
dibs. I got dibs on the cooking part.
You right.
Yeah.
That's why I said it was a request. So you got to ask. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, it opens up the box for that. Like, yo, listen, I made 90 G's off the books. I get 3 G's back per kid. So I'm going to knock up 30 women real quick. But none of them are going to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a weird mindset to have.
I'm just saying, I think those are real hustles that people could come up with now.
Well,
because the baby don't got to be there afterward.
Well, all I know is Nick Cannon may want to speak to a new tax lawyer.
Just came up right there.
And see what happens.
All that wilding out money, tax free.
No, I don't think so. I think all of those women should file. I think, I don't know. I mean,
I think the women should, without question, file it, get the extra bread. You've been jerked for years. Every woman should claim they pregnant, as far as I'm concerned, in Atlanta. All of y'all.
Everybody in Georgia.
You've been long overdue those $3,000 for various other reasons. By all means. I'm just saying, if you got a friend that's down and out and he's your homie, you throw him the 3 every now and then.
Okay,
yo, listen.
This is what this law has done, Georgia.
Yo.
Do you hear how Gastor's talking?
I'm over here planning on moving to Georgia now. This changes everything.
This is what happens. This is what you have done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, every 2-bit hustler from around the country is going to end up in Georgia. Georgia don't know what to do with Dominicans
at all.
Let me tell you something.
All I've been thinking about.
We got 7 Puerto Ricans in the whole state. We do not know what to do with Dominicans. We ain't ready.
Thinking about since reading this article is how many single women in Georgia I know that trust me? Just to
if you're a single woman in Georgia, you don't trust anyone.
Yeah,
that's why.
Answers that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, if everyone's thinking the way that you're thinking, Georgia women, this will bring in an influx of men, which may seem like finally, but also consider the man.
Yeah,
and then he'll be like,
it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of the good ones, and I'm already
here.
And
he's thinking this way. He's one of the good ones, and he's thinking this way.
Good luck, y'all. In other news, the California OBGYN is planning to build a floating abortion clinic on federal waters, free from state restrictions. Gangster, respect, yeah. Dr. Meg Audrey knows more about boats and maritime law than your average gynecologist. Audrey, a California-based OBGYN and abortion provider for 30 years, never expected her career to involve researching ocean vessels. But when the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade in June, Audrey decided to pursue a plan she'd been thinking about for years, a floating abortion clinic on federal waters free from state restrictions. Mississippi native Audrey was intrigued by the riverboat casino she saw during childhood. She wondered what made gambling on the water legal when it wasn't allowed on land, and if the concept could be applied to other actions individual states prohibit. About 5 years ago, the idea for a floating abortion clinic popped into her head as she noticed more threats to abortion rights and experienced hostile situations while she provided abortions. When the former SCOTUS Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died and the Supreme Court became a conservative majority soon after, Audrey said it felt more urgent than ever.
Okay, hold on. But if you go into federal waters, won't you still be in trouble because this is it not federal law, or is it they kicked it down to the states to decide?
Let's see here.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
yeah, I feel like you're going into trouble.
Yeah, I feel like I don't want to. Federally, they're like, nah, but they'll let the states decide, and then every other state is doing whatever they're doing.
Maybe it's a way to like float into like Cali or something, or like to New York without going all the way to New York.
Perhaps. Or is it like, because I thought the safe spot was international waters, not just federal waters.
There you go.
Like you want to get that done, like kind of out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the idea. She's gonna head out to like the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, I'm seeing like the arrow plan. Like I think like
that. I feel like that's.
So her plan is to like, she's currently in Texas, right? Like they're like Waco, Austin, Houston. You also got some Louisiana, and
right, and you want to
far enough out into the Gulf of Mexico that she's no
right.
longer in our waters, and then she'd be able to like do what she got to do.
Huh. Well, I mean, I don't know if she has cruise ship money, but if she was able to buy a small cruise ship and retrofit it, I know this sounds crazy, but I mean, if we running with it, if this is what we're doing, if we're doing $3,000 deduct, fucking exemptions.
See, boom, this is where you send your 3 G's to right here, okay?
And then let's entertain all the thoughts then. So I if she's able to get a smaller cruise ship, but cruise ships are huge, right?
Yeah, she said that ideally it's at least 45 meters long. That's what they need for the clinic.
Okay.
But yeah, while they don't need it, obviously they don't need a cruise ship or a military vessel. That'd be dope, but they don't need that. They need at least 45 meters. So like 150 feet, give or take.
Yeah, but I mean, do you want to give folks a chance to do a little bit of convalescing on the boat, or do you want to just float out there, do the business, and then float back and then just let them on?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You gotta have like a waiting room on the boat.
Yeah, you have to have a waiting room. You need to have a space for like afterwards for any complications. You know what I mean? So I guess you would need a place, a boat big enough for like a few clinicky but private kind of rooms, which is why I was thinking a cruise ship, because you can retrofit those rooms to do that.
Nah, that's fair. I love how you thinking this like Costco's. Like, yo, we're gonna do this. Let's do this in bulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, because that's what the numbers are going to look like. You know what I mean? And I feel, but I mean, having one big cruise ship, putting all your money in one ship is not smart. I feel like you'll want a few ships so that you can leave from different ports and that people won't be there with the signs knowing because this is the abortion boat or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I dig it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I like the idea in theory.
We'll try to, I mean, what are we doing? Let's try and figure this out.
I'm pro the idea. I'm on board. They already sold me.
I worry about, but in the Gulf, I worry about hurricanes.
Oh.
And being on a boat for all that choppy water.
So admit it, I've never like witnessed an abortion. How long is that process?
I guess it can depend on what is everything that you're doing, but I can only speak to mine, and it was not long. It was quick enough that they gave me kind of a local shot.
Okay.
To numb things up, and then they did the procedure kind of before the shot all the way like kicked in. So
you'll be numb after this.
Yeah. So when I got to where they sat me in like a big recliner to just kind of, get my bearings and feel better and stop feeling dizzy or sick from the medicine, because the anesthetic can make you a little nauseous.
Right.
So to wait for that nausea to pass and everything, I mean, I basically had to wait for it to kick in and then go like phase out. But it really wasn't, it was a relatively short procedure.
Okay.
All the stuff, like, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes for the procedure itself.
Oh, that's not too
I'd
bad.
probably say 20 minutes. Yeah.
That's not bad. So you could like go out there, like listen to one album and you back.
Yeah, no, they have like, and I'm only speaking to how Planned Parenthood did it. They had like options. I got the most basic kind, but they have one where they numb you more from the waist down so that you're awake, so that you can listen to music if you want to listen to music while you are having it done. But I was just like, nah, just whatever you're playing should be fine. I don't want to taint one of my favorite songs with this memory. So whatever you got going on in there, it should be all right. Or they can like or they can like knock you out completely. It depends on, the various situations and the various situations. Mine was a very basic kind of situation, but there are some where you have, you really will have to kind of like go in there, and depending on how far along the people are and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, it was probably about 20 minutes. My colonoscopy was like 15. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
That feels efficient enough.
Yeah. So you probably can, just kind of get it done. I hate to talk about it like it's a, just like you're just coming down the conveyor belt, but it is a medical procedure, and that is how they're treated. That's how they treat a lot of medical procedures. They just come in like, all right, I've been in 15 butts today. What's going on in yours? You know what I mean? And then they come out.
Yeah, because I
have
to check myself, because I'm always thinking like as a manager, like efficiency, and but you can't do like certain procedures like that. Like I got hyped as hell when like we found my kid's latest dentist. Because like his dental, I'm sure this is very common now, but like when I used to go to the dentist, it was like a different room for every client. And then this dentist is like one big room, and he has 8 clients in the room, and they each got their own dental assistant.
Right.
And he's just in the middle. So he'll be like, yeah, that looks good, do this. Yeah, that looks good, do this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And is that like for young, I don't want to say for young teeth, but like basically like a pediatrician. Okay. Because that's.
And then he has like a private room when like it's like, oh, this is a more serious thing or a more delicate matter. Right. But like he's just there like, yeah, do this, make sure you do this. And then like he'll jump in if it's something like, wow. But for the most part, he's like getting it done like boom, boom. So like I was thinking it'd be like that. Like if you getting the boat OB treatment because it's like a situation and your state don't got it, maybe it's like you in a squad of like 8 women, like, yo, get to know each other. We're gonna be
no, it is not like that, because the reason that dentist is like that for your son, I think that's what dentists who work with children do.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was. I remember being a teenager and going to a dentist that was for kids. So it's like a brightly lit room. It's, I think, to minimize anxiety.
Oh, I didn't even think of them. I was thinking about
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, no. It's not the same as like going to a community acupuncture clinic, which I've been to, where everyone's in a room, you know, and then, but you've got your own table and the person does your needling and then you lay there for a while and then they needle someone else like a few tables down. Yeah, it's not like that. You're talking about people in stirrups with their genitals out.
I mean, you can put up a divider.
No, that's not the same, bro. I mean, they move it like quickly, but it's not, it's a little different than, there's already going to be anxiety. You can't put any like tropical wallpaper on the wall like they do at a dentist place with a big smiling lion. That's and just fair. Be like, yeah, you know, don't worry. I'm here for you if you need a thing or something.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a more conveyor belt. So they just kind of wheel you in on the gurney, do the thing, wheel you out. They walk you to a chair, or you stay on the gurney and they put you in the spot for that. Yeah. But yeah, like it's as efficient as it can be considering what is happening and the various cases and, you know.
Yeah, no, it's wild. I'm legitimately just trying to figure out, like, I know it sounds cruel, but I'm trying to think, like, how can we get as many of these done safely?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I admit I suck at the
and also trust me, you will not get to know, but you will become somewhat familiar with the other people who were there for the same procedure, because you have already gone through waiting to have a sonogram.
Right.
And now you're waiting for to see the sonogram if you want and have a counseling session.
Right.
And then you're waiting, and then it's your turn to have the procedure. So you already been there like an hour and a half with them in the waiting room watching Ferris Bueller together. I mean, if you were me. So, and then afterwards you go into the place, the room where you are supposed to just chill for a second. And there are all the other waiting room ladies in the other chairs, all of y'all just chilling together. And then when you feel good enough, you get up, you get a graham cracker, you get some ginger ale. They say, okay, use these kind of pads. This is what's going to happen. Sign here, deuces. And then you ride the train home. It's, you know, that's how you do it if you're a lone wolf. But if you have someone who loves you, hopefully they are waiting outside for you or something like that. But if you don't, you just get on the 6 and ride home.
Yeah. I don't know. I swear to God, Shalewa, you made that shit sound like Wolverine got in abortion.
Oh my goodness.
And he roams on, you know.
Yeah. Just into the sunset. Just across.
Oh man. But good luck to Dr. Audrey in all seriousness. I think this is like, I love that people are thinking outside the box and genuinely trying to figure out ways to help. It sucks that we have to do this. But
I know. I hate that we have to do this, but who knows what we'll come up with.
Real talk. Good luck. Sincerely, this is dope. You got my $3,000.
Oh, wow.
In other news, Ohio man ditches teaching in favor of higher paying job at Walmart. That's right. 28-year-old Ohio man is leaving his teaching job in favor of the higher paying gig as a Walmart manager. He announced on his now viral video. Seth Goshorn has worked as a reading tutor and second grade teacher for 6 years, according to his video. Goshman says the chief reason for his move is the pay, which is far higher than his teaching gig, despite not needing a degree. Think about how good our teachers can be if they could focus on just teaching and not have to work a second job on the weekends. They didn't choose to have to work a second job. That comes along with it. And that's the thing that I would have loved to see go away. I absolutely don't want this to be that I'm just trying to discourage anybody from becoming a teacher. That's not the case. I just want my teacher friends to be paid as they should. Gosh's original video post, which was on TikTok, was just 6 seconds long, showing him holding up his new Walmart manager vest. He added the caption, leaving teaching after 6 years to be a manager at Walmart. making more than not using my degree. He says that he'll make about $55,000 a year before bonuses at his new job, compared to just $43,000 a year from his teaching job.
I mean, yeah, pay the teachers.
Word up.
You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Pay the fucking teachers. Pay them.
I gotta say, that is wildly low. Like, I understand teachers are underpaid. I didn't 43 G's for you to deal with the kids in general. I can't think of a single job where you have to deal with kids that you should be getting paid 43 if you're doing it full time. Let alone
only if you're under 18.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Only if you yourself are a child. But otherwise,
like if you like handing out the Happy Meals, maybe. But like in general, like if you are dealing with the future of that community, it should cover 50 racks. Like I feel like $24 an hour isn't wild money anymore. You know what I mean?
No.
That's really not that crazy. On top of the fact that, to his point, even on the low end, like he got a bachelor's degree to be a teacher. You got to pay back student loans.
Yeah.
And then you still got to, B, that's not right at all.
Yeah.
Nah.
And then what they're asking of teachers, you know, can you teach our kids, but then also, can you sponsor some sort of activity after school? Great. Now, can you, I don't know, carry a gun on you in case someone breaks into the classroom? Can you stay until super late? Can you do these things outside of school hours? We're going to need you to chaperone at this, that, and the third. You know, all of these things just throughout the day. Can you cover for your free period? Can you cover this person who's gone and we don't have anything? You know, just so many things. And then on top of that, you still have just your basic teacher shit to do.
Yeah.
And it's not enough to pay for anything in your life. That's like not even just school, not even like student loans, but I mean like housing and food and all of that kind of stuff. Transportate, like just the basics you're unable to do. Unfair. It's ridiculous. Unfair. Pay them more. Like I said, the money's not real. So just fucking up the numbers.
Seriously. Just don't like, one out there.
Yeah, just pay them, respect them, but you'd be surprised. It literally, the difference is like money.
Yeah.
Since that seems to matter so much to everyone involved, come up off some of that shit, give it to the teachers, watch them being able to not have to worry about all the other shit, commit to the jobs more, and then everything goes up from there.
You know how evil Walmart is, and this dude's like, yay, Walmart?
I know, that's the thing, is I'm like, bro, I don't know if this is a better move. Like, I get that they're not paying you as a teacher and you can't afford to do the stuff, but now you're like at Walmart. Oh, God. But that's how Walmart gets you. I'm like, you're fine until you, like, there's a picture of them in this article where it's like, here's a picture of them as a teacher, you know, kind of dressed, just like, hey, I'm in front of a house, I'm a teacher, next to a picture of him at Walmart. And his foot is in like a giant boot, like he hurt his foot or something, but he's still at work. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, well, if I'm not mistaken, Walmart, what was that previous story we had? Walmart doesn't take sick notes or some shit like that. Doctor's notes.
There you go. You got the medical benefits to get your leg fixed, but you still better clock in. Okay.
Right. You know, so like Walmart will be good to you up to a certain point. You know, I mean, that's still management. How many people are in management? Not everybody working at Walmart is a manager.
Word.
So there are still plenty of people working at Walmart who are not paid well. And it'll end up being the only game in town. So this is good for him now, but I worry about that he's there because that company is not great. And, you know, as inflation does what it does, if he's still going to be able to get what he can
B.
out of it.
I'm rooting for you.
Oof. Do you have a roommate? Do you have a wife? Like, how you? Well, he is in another place. I'm just thinking, like,
yeah, that's not working in New York.
Yeah, is that like, I know someone who was making who was struggling to get to what the teacher guy was making as a teacher, and he finally, my friend finally got a job recently where he will be making it like a very similar leap.
Okay.
Right. And it's still, I mean, he's not living alone in New York. You know what I mean?
Straight up. In my house, you might still be a dependent.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I mean, that's good, but yeah.
Here's an allowance, though. Pack all your lunches, my G.
Yeah, still do that.
In other news, New Jersey councilwoman caught on video slamming into an Uber Eats cyclist and driving away. That's right. A New Jersey councilwoman allegedly hit a cyclist with her SUV and knocked him off his bike, then sped away without stopping, according to reports and stunning footage. Jersey City Councilwoman Amy DeGuise was captured on camera slamming into Andrew Black at 8 a.m. on July 19th, causing him to fly over the vehicle's hood and fall to the ground. I look left. Suddenly, I just hear, bam, I get hit, said Black, 29-year-old Uber Eats delivery man. I roll over and I'm in such pain. Instead of stopping to help him, the lawmaker drove away from the intersection on Martin Luther King Drive and Forest Street in a Nissan Rogue.
Martin Luther King Drive? Why?
He deserves better, okay? Black didn't suffer any major injuries, but is angry that a community leader failed to do the right thing. Someone of prestige who is demanding to uphold and clean our streets, or whatever they're calling it. Can't even do it themselves. It really upsets me. No doubt, man. I feel you, Andy Black. The surveillance camera footage appears to show Black pedaling through a red light at the time of the crash, according to the New Jersey Globe. Although the guys appeared to have the right of way, she was later given a summons for leaving the scene of an accident and failing to report it.
Look, let me tell you something. I don't know. Maybe them lights are there for a reason. Like, cyclists, I hear you and I feel you. People have to keep an eye out for you on the street. You're out there and all of that stuff. But also, like, you know that people in cars aren't necessarily checking for you
at all.
So maybe think like, let me just stop for a hot second and see what's happening in this intersection before I just go on through. Because maybe there's someone crazy in this intersection. You know what I mean?
Like,
and that's kind of what a red light will let you do. Like, hey, just stop for a hot minute. Let's let this wild person drive through, and then you go. You know what I mean? So just like stop. Just stop. Just treat it like a street. Like, treat a red light like a stop sign if you have to.
Yeah.
Just kind of stop, look to see what's happening, and then go.
Gauge it. You know what I mean?
But if you just rolled right on through thinking you're safe, she hit you, and that's. But also, ma'am, that was a full human that rolled up on the hood of your SUV. So you hit him hard enough.
Oh, yo, she bodied homie.
Yeah.
Like, she bodied
homie. And he rolled off of the hood of your car like it's Starsky and Hutch. Bitch, you need to stop. Don't just keep moving. Someone saw that. You need to stop. The noise alone, someone saw that.
And the thing is, like, first it's 8 a.m. It's daylight. Like, people definitely saw. There were other cars at the intersection. Like, you had the green light for a reason. There's a whole other.
There are other cars at the red light.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's a two-way street. So people are looking at it from both directions in the intersection. Okay. Second,
come on, ma'am.
If you watch the video, when she hits the bicyclist, it's on the right side after he drove past the front. So, like, you fully saw him. Like, it wasn't like you clipped him and like, oh, was that a person? No.
Right. It wasn't in your blind spot.
Yeah, no. He went fully past your whole windshield and you caught the backside of his bike and then he flipped on
you. Okay, I just watched the.
Like, you fully saw homeboy. You saw him before he got hit, his whole body.
Oh, my goodness. Wait, I'm going to watch this one more time.
It's incredible.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Like, he fully drove by the front of the car. And then he got hit by, like, he got clipped from behind after fully passing the front of the vehicle.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They 100% know they hit that dude.
You knew. You could have stopped. Yeah. You should have stopped. You should have stopped. But also, sir, my man, you were just rolling through like you invincible.
Yeah, nah, you wildin'. Andy, you deserve some of this blame.
Yeah. You deserve a little something.
You gotta own it,
my man.
And like the other thing, like I don't know, like is a councilwoman like big enough to have a driver?
I don't think so.
So this
was her. Council person? No. Yeah, no, that's her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she gotta own that.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, everybody's got to own their part in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely very fucked up that she nailed this guy on the bike.
Oh.
But also, he rolled through an intersection like it was just still part of the street. Like, it didn't show him like slowing down to kind of cautiously look both ways. He just kept moving.
Yeah, he deserves it.
And he's in the middle of the street too, which means he's not even on the side of the cars that are stopped at the red light. He's supposed to be to their right, to their far right.
Yeah, this is on him. Yeah.
He's in the middle. He's like where the yellow line is, just rolling. So
the thing is, like, by the same token, she didn't slow down after hitting him.
No, she sure didn't.
She kept it moving.
Like, I don't even know if that bitch blinked. She just kept going.
Like, real talk, I almost think this was her goal. Like, yeah, I'm gonna hit somebody today. And like, yo, she didn't like.
Y'all keep messing around in this intersection. You're gonna learn.
I've been seeing Andy trying to almost hit me now for 4 weeks.
Yeah,
he gonna learn.
What if there's history? What if there's some sort of weird history?
Oh man. Yo.
Where he's like, I'm gonna set this woman up. She never slows down. I stop here every day and she never slows down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get her this time. And she's like, yo, this dude on the bike, he's reckless. I'm gonna hit him this time.
Yo, matter of fact, more I look at it, I feel like Andy leaned in.
I think he did.
Yo, real talk. He's like, nah, it's coming.
There are no skid marks. My man didn't hit his brakes at all. And he was he was quickly approaching an intersection. He didn't even look like he was trying to slow down. Then again, neither did she.
Yo, this was a duel. I feel like they were playing chicken. We misreading this whole thing.
Yeah. Don't pick sides. I think they were working something out.
Real talk, man. They know each other. The whole article, he's like, well, you tell Amy. She know where to find me. Nobody's saying their last names. Nobody's saying the victim.
Nope. They're just like, she out here trying to clean the roads or whatever. That felt personal.
Oh, man. Yeah, good luck in court, Andy.
I know.
In other news, 9-year-old grandma's dying wish was to have a giant penis on her grave. That's right.
What? Wait, hold on. Stop. Just stop, because that is not how I thought that was going to continue. I didn't really look at the news stories this time. I didn't really, I added one and still didn't look at what was coming before. I was just like, we'll talk about this thing. But, all right. So this headline literally says 99-year-old grandma's dying wish was to have a giant, it actually says dick. On her grave.
I was trying to clean it up.
Yeah, but Yahoo News is wilding. Yeah, this is on Yahoo News. I guess Yahoo don't think anybody's looking at it anymore, so it's like, fuck it. Ain't no one checking for us. I need y'all to calm down.
Don't worry about it.
I still use you, Yahoo. Calm down.
Yo, they ain't even put like not safe for work, nothing.
No, nothing. All they did was put an asterisk for an eye for the eye,
and then
that
fully
still says dick.
Penis. That's all her.
And in the piece too, it still says dick. Yeah, that's the real story here. It's not about this woman wanting some dick on her grave. It's about Yahoo just giving the fuck up.
All right, I'm gonna read the Yahoo uncut version of this.
Yahoo After Dark. I'm gonna put it on night. I'm gonna put it in dark mode while I'm reading this.
Oh my God. A Mexican grandma wished for a big dick erection on top of her grave. And she got it, damn it. As reported by Vice, the 99-year-old Caterina Orduña Perez's, I don't know, multiple Perez. Oh, okay. Better known for her community as Doña Cata. Her last wish was for a huge monument of a penis to sit on top of her tomb. The completed statue resembling a 5.5 foot tall penis and balls weighing nearly 600 pounds. This is the article. Again, this is not me.
This is word for word, everybody. He's not adding anything.
I have not changed a single thing here. The 5.5 foot tall penis and balls weighing nearly 600 pounds was placed on top of her grave this past weekend. Alvaro Motalimon, Doña Cata's grandson, told the publication she was always very avant-garde, very forward-thinking about things. She always said in the Mexican sense that we were vergas. For context, the Spanish word vergas can be somewhat translated to cocks in English. Why are they just looking for different ways of saying penis? But it has many other colloquial meanings depending on different contexts and expression. Isidro Lavoignet, the engineer who created the statue, at first I thought it was a joke because it's not very common to see these kinds of sculptures and monuments, even less so in the memory of someone who's deceased. After Doña Cata's family insisted on the matter, Lavoignet started working on the monument with a team of 12 people that included sculptors, carpenters, carvers, and sanders. Overall, the project took about a month to be completed. While there are conservative locals who are displeased by the display of a giant penis on top of a grave, Doña Cata's family is ready to fight back against these taboos to honor their loved one.
Hey, man. That's what she wanted. I'm trying to look. Oh, wait, is there an unveiling? Okay, let me watch this video of them.
Yeah, like I think you gotta let old lady rock here. Like
I think so.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like if you bury somebody, it's usually in a cemetery that's private property, right? That's not public.
Right. If they okayed
it, you gotta let it rock.
Yeah.
On top of that, like most cemeteries, I feel like
Ooh, Lord, okay.
Yeah.
That's a full-on dick.
Yo, it's like you are head to head for real. This is wild.
I thought it was gonna be like an art, like a slightly artful interpretation of just like, yeah, we know a phallus when we see one, but that is pure D.
Yeah, no. She knew what she wanted. She got that. Okay.
The only thing missing is the vein. And I'm not really, and it might be there. Maybe that's something you notice in person.
Yo.
Wow.
This is wild.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm on board with the old lady. She wanted to do it. Her family likes the idea. They're on board with it. The cemetery's on board with it.
It's like, it doesn't sound like this is something that she thought of in her last 2 years of life. This sounds like her attitude towards life.
Yeah.
She was always been very just like out the box. It looks like she's always been out of the box.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, go on and put a dick and balls.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely correct. And balls.
Most definite.
On top of your monument, if you got it like that. If not, try to get like an etching in your urn you know, most importantly, make these decisions before you die so that the loved ones who are left can go ahead and do that for you. They have direction. Don't do what you can. I'm just in that mindset right now, really kind of playing these things out.
You know what my favorite part about this is? At the unveiling, they have the video of it, and they tried to cover the penis, but
yeah,
like
I know. They let the balls out.
the balls are fully out. Like we all know what's happening here.
Yeah. That's why I was just like, okay. I mean, this still could be artsy because the whole they covered it with like a red cloth. They, the shaft and everything, but the balls are still like out.
Yo.
And then that's when they took that cover off, and I was like, oh yeah, nope. There's the head. That's all of it. It's a dick.
She got. That's right. The only thing left to the imagination is her. Okay, she's not here anymore. In memory of her, but the penis is very much real.
The only thing left to the imagination is her. Okay, maybe let's not have Gastor write your eulogy.
Yeah, that's not my strong point.
Yeah, that's not a place where he's going to help you as a ghostwriter.
And I'm not going to shine there, but people will laugh. In other news, Elon Musk challenges Twitter's CEO to a public debate about bots. That's right, baby. Maybe Elon Musk doesn't want a court battle with Twitter after having his lawyers spin up a 165-page argument about why he no longer wants to go through with his $44 billion deal to buy the platform. Musk suggested hashing things out in public, perhaps before a jury of the Tesla fans, Dogecoin holders, and potential Mars colonizers among his Twitter followers to get to the bottom of Twitter's so-called bot issue. I hereby challenge Baraga to a public debate about Twitter's bot percentage. Musk proclaims to all 102 million members of his forum. Let him prove to the public that Twitter has under 5% fake or spam daily users. Musk. What was that?
I just wanted to just throw, that's, I mean, I want to ignore the dude. I absolutely want to ignore the dude, but I came across a story and I was like, you got to be out of your fucking mind. And then I just added it. I was like, this is something Gastor needs to know about.
I appreciate you sharing these because, like, without you doing this, he would be a hero to me. So, like,
that's basically why I keep. Because I feel like you're still like, I don't know, Elon Musk is all right, and he's not.
He's not. I've come around on that. I agree.
Okay.
But it's like 60-40 for me right now, whereas before it was like fully on his side. And
he just said something just came out today where it was like that, what was that Hyperloop thing that he proposed making?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Some sort of travel thing, like traffic thing or Hyperloop. He did it because he just doesn't like California public transportation because you ride it with the pores. But he had no intent. But he had no intent on actually making that thing that he proposed. He was just talking out of his ass. Come on, man, this dude is insane.
Okay, 65-35 now.
Okay, good. We're going to chip away at Gastor, everybody. We're going to get him.
Musk promptly pinned a tweet to his profile and then polled his followers on whether they believe Twitter's argument that less than 5% of its monthly daily active users are fake or spam. The two options are yes, with 3 robot emojis. So cleverly implying that any user who picks that option are also a bot, or laughing my ass off, no. So far, 67.2% of the users picked laughing my ass off, no. The poll concludes on Sunday, and its results will almost inevitably be skewed in Musk's favor. It seems unlikely that this latest stunt draws a direct response from Agarwal or Twitter chairman Brett Taylor, since the actual dispute in front of a real judge and jury is scheduled for a hearing in court in just a couple of months.
Yeah, it's such a. It also kind of feels like a little desperate. I mean, we're talking about it. But that's because of I'm trying to educate you. That's why I bring it up. But it just in a way of just him like, I'm trying to back out of this deal. And so everybody, when that came out, everyone was like, this motherfucker. And then just kept moving. And so it's like, I feel like it's the internet just moving away from him and him in the background getting smaller and smaller going, wait, I'll debate him. Wait, we can do something on Periscope or some shit, and it's like, bruh, nobody cares anymore.
You messed up, B. This reminds me of like, when like the Locks was like, yo, let the Locks go from Puff Daddy?
Yes.
Like, this reminds me of every other rap group that tried to do that after. Like, it worked once. Barely, okay?
Right.
You don't need to make free you whatever you are shirts. Nobody's wearing them shits, okay?
Nobody's wearing.
That's it. You don't have that kind of pull right now with the people. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows who you're trying to free yourself from.
That's it. Nobody knew you had an album coming out. Nothing. Okay?
Right.
It's over. You got nobody on your side, Elon. You are worth billions of dollars. There's no pity. Okay. Deal with the 5% spam bots. I like them. They're my friends. Oh, man. Finally, Texas Church's rendition of Hamilton ends with a sermon comparing being gay to drug addiction.
Oh, good God.
Jesus. Texas Church has come under fire for a Christian-themed and allegedly unauthorized allegedly? Yeah, I think you could. Come on, NBC. You couldn't make that leap, yo? NBC News, you couldn't make that leap for real? Allegedly unauthorized? Okay.
Sounds like it was. Sounds like they didn't have permission.
We need two sources, okay? We allegedly unauthorized rendition of the acclaimed Broadway musical Hamilton that appeared to conclude with a sermon by a church pastor comparing being gay to being addicted to alcohol or drugs. The 2-hour performance, which was produced and live streamed Friday by the Door Christian Fellowship Ministries and McAllen and RGV Productions, included several biblical references not originally included in the Tony Award-winning musical, according to the description of the live stream by Howard Sherman, a director of the Arts Integrity Initiative. That's too many damn things. The video of the live stream has been taken down. The show ended with a sermon by an associate pastor, Victor Lopez, damn my peoples, that compared homosexuality to drug addiction. According to the full video of the performance, NBC News obtained a recording of the performance from the writer and atheism advocate Hermit Mehta. Mehta would not identify whom he obtained the video from. Maybe you struggle with alcohol, with drugs, homosexuality. Maybe you struggle with other things in life, your finances, whatever, relationships, Lopez said. God can help you tonight. Sherman said the production, which was first recorded on by Onstage Blog, also changed one of the main characters' lines by adding the sentence, Jesus gives me the strength to pull through. When I needed him most, he was right on time.
That doesn't even rhyme.
Yeah, B. You don't got bars, B.
Yeah, that doesn't even... Look, I haven't seen Hamilton, but I know all the people being obnoxious about it were talking about rap music like they just discovered it because of the soundtrack, but this isn't even good.
At all.
This bootleg line.
Another line from a video posted by Meta shows the actor portraying Alexander Hamilton changing more lyrics. What is a legacy? It is knowing that you repented and accepted the gospel of Jesus Christ that sets men free. I tried to make that work, by the way. You sent your...
I know. I heard it.
I was trying. I was like, there's a bar here somewhere. It's going to end.
I know.
I was reaching for it with all my might, but you sent your sinless son of man on Calvary to die for me. Okay.
What is a legacy? It's knowing that you repented and accepted the gospel of Jesus Christ that sets men free.
Jesus, that is a lot.
You sent your sinless son of man on Calvary to die for me. I guess that's how?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how Lin-Manuel Noriega would say it, which is what I call him. Whoops. I keep forgetting.
He's in the Philippines. He's got a mansion.
We just got from Jesus to Super Thug in 3 moves. I don't even know. Your favorite podcast could never. Look at what we just did.
Yo, like, real talk, for like the 1% of our fans that got that whole transition, man, I know y'all love all of that. There's gonna be a lot of y'all Googling later. I'm sorry, but
I know. You're gonna be like,
for some people.
Oh man, I'm gonna be laughing about that all week. Oh, jeez.
If you would like more nuanced, niche segues that 1% of our audience gets, all you gotta do is like, subscribe to the show, baby. If you are an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. What? You ain't get that. 5 stars. You've been dancing to Neptune songs for years, and you fully know where we
are. Too long. Yes, for half your life.
Yep. If you have any articles you'd like us to cover, please share them directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shouts out this week to Aaron Anderson, FC DLJ, and Brandy Spain for sharing articles. Much appreciate y'all, sincerely. With all that said, I am Emmanuel Noriega's a pilot of the helicopter, Gastor Almonte. Shalewa is the co-kingpin of this air flight, okay? She out here running streets.
I'm the one who made the call to Pharrell. That's all I am. I'm the one who made the call.
Shalewa Sharpe. This has been one of the more musical episodes without having music in it. Episodes of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.